let's face it, there's times that you are going to go out to a camp or to a different location and want to set up a specific structure and the environment just doesn't lend well to it. And with that came another thing that I want to teach everybody today, and that is how to make a freestanding support pole. Now this freestanding setup is a great addition to camp. You can actually make this ahead of time and just have it around if a tarp configuration needs to go in a certain location, but like I said, the environment is just not willing to give you exactly what you need. So maybe the tree to tree distance over something is too wide and you don't want to carry a ridgeline that long, or maybe there's just not another tree on the other side, so you have to fly your tarp a different way. So this is an easy way to do that. First thing we want to do is we're gonna get a log and we're going to smooth out one side, so flatten one side, because when we set this down on the ground, having of course a flat surface to a flat surface is going to be best. Next, we're going to go ahead and split the log down the center. Next, we're going to take our saw, or we can also use our axe, and we're going to cut a V-notch in each side. The reason we want to do this is because our upright is going to fit into this V-notch. Now our V-notch needs to be as symmetrical as possible. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but try to get it as close as possible. It's just going to help out with this project that much more. The next thing that I want to do is grab a pole that I'm going to be using for my upright. When I get this pole, I'm going to take the bottom and just put a point on it. It doesn't have to be anything special. The point is just going to allow this to drive down into the ground a little bit easier. What we're now going to do is take our upright that we created with our point on the bottom, and we're going to set this into our notch. So you can see I have about 5 to 6 inches of this point sticking out on the bottom, and I'm going to just close my log around this. Now it's important when we do this that the stick is a little bit bigger than our notch itself. If it's too much, the stick's going to be loose and it's not going to work as well. Now what we're going to do is just take a hank of rope and we're just going to wrap this thing up. Doesn't have to be done any special way. As long as it's on there that it is somewhat tight and holding the log together, it's going to work just fine. So now we have this spike looking mallet thing, so if you want to be awesome, you can just carry this over your shoulder like this and look cool, but the reality is we're going to use it as an upright, of course. So spike, of course, is going to go down. So again, see my flat side is here. I'm going to take the spike and I'm just going to drive this in, and now we have a good sturdy upright. This log is acting as a weight down on the bottom. It's keeping it nice and sturdy. Now I can just run my ridgeline over the top. So that's one Bushcraft way of setting up an upright that's freestanding, that has no other way. We don't have to dig down holes. We don't have to set anything else up. It works really well like that. So it's something that you can try out. Now there's a ton of different ways, I'm sure, to do that. This is just one way that I wanted to share with everybody. So if you have your own way, go with it. If you want to try this way, check it out, because it's pretty solid and works really, really well. So as always, this was Dan Wowak with Coalcracker Bushcraft. Hope you enjoyed this video. Check us out over at coalcrackerbushcraft.com. If you already took a class, advanced classes are coming up, so get ready. You need to sign up right away. And until next video, stay in the woods. But before we go, I know people are going to ask, well, how the heck does this actually even work with the ridgeline? So with the V-notch cut up top on this, when I run my ridgeline across, as you can see, I only have a little bit of rope left. So it would get to the tree, but I can't do anything else with it once I get there. It's too short to wrap around. So by putting this upright here, I could pull my ridgeline tight, I put it in the V-notch of this, and then I'm gonna take this end and I'm gonna stake it out. Point now I have a freestanding pole. The pole's holding up this end of the ridgeline. Ridgeline goes down, is staked out. It works well, very, very well. Now stay in the woods.